have you with us today. It is certainly our pleasure. I am privileged today to present to you the 2017 YWCA Women of Excellence honorees. Nominations for this award were accepted from throughout Miami County. The women who were nominated have shown qualities of leadership and a high level of achievement. The nominations were reviewed and the honorees selected by an independent panel of judges. No member of the YWCA Board of Directors staff or Women of Excellence Committee served on the panel, nor were they eligible for nomination. The Women of Excellence distinguish themselves as those who possess an inner fire. We will be presenting them with an award that symbolizes that fire. It is the flame which burns with a desire to achieve. The flame that produces energy, the flame that sparks ideas, a flame that warms hearts. The flame that ignites action, the flame that melts obstacles, the flame that serves as a beacon for others to follow. It is the flame that casts the light of excellence. And now for the honors. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's Woman of Excellence nominee, Ruth Jenkins, a woman who has truly made service to others a way of life. A Troy native and mother of 3, Ruth spent more than 50 years in nursing and dedicates as a tireless supporter of her community, serving on boards and actively volunteering for organizations to promote education, arts and culture, and the quality of life enhancement. Ruth's life has been one of outstanding service to her family and friends, her profession, and her community. Said Kathleen Scarborough of the UMC Foundation in nominating Ruth for the Woman of Excellence Award. Ruth attended Taylor University before enrolling in the Christ Hospital School of Nursing in Cincinnati to pursue her dream of becoming a nurse. She started her career in nursing in 1956, beginning as a staff nurse in direct patient care. Her compassionate, giving nature and affinity for nurturing was a perfect fit in her chosen profession. And through the years, her natural leadership qualities led to a host of management responsibilities in a variety of nursing areas at the former Stouter Memorial Hospital in Troy and then at Upper Valley Medical Center. Ruth was instrumental in establishing the cardiac rehab program at Upper Valley Medical Center and headed up that highly regarded program for many years. The cardiac rehab unit remains dear to Ruth's heart, as do so the many, many heart attack survivors she was able to help and inspire over the years. When she retired from full-time nursing after 50-plus years, Ruth kept her hand in her beloved profession by teaching and mentoring nursing students and those beginning their nursing careers. And she has remained a strong advocate for the local hospital, volunteering on the hospital auxiliary and serving on the UVMC Foundation board, for which she is past chair and member of the executive committee. Ruth worked part-time while raising her 3 children, David, Mary, and Julia, along with her husband of nearly 60 years, Pete Jenkins, who was the mayor of the city of Troy for 12 years. Ruth didn't hesitate to support her husband in that role, teaming up with him on many community endeavors during those years. A strong advocate for celebrating cultural diversity, Ruth was instrumental in launching the Troy Festival of Nations during that time. She remains a strong supporter of that annual event, as well as others that promote people coming together in a spirit of unity, fellowship, and brotherly, sisterly love. Ruth has served on the Family Abuse Shelter of Miami County Board since 2003, chairing the board twice during that time. She has volunteered at the shelter for many years and has worked tirelessly to raise awareness of the unfortunate issues the shelter endeavors to address. Among some of her other community service has been serving as chairman of the board and campaign co-chair for the Troy United Way and being a member of its board, the Troy Rec Association Board, Troy Main Street Sculptures on the Square Committee, Current Events Club, Troy Hayner Cultural Center, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women event. We need more women like Ruth Jenkins in the world, said Barbara Holman, executive director of the Family Abuse Shelter. She is simply a compassionate, genuine, and giving woman. She has dedicated her entire life to making the world a better place for others, and our community is a little brighter because of her efforts. Ruth is caring, charismatic, idealistic, honest, and altruistic, Barbara said. Simply put, she is the type of woman we should all strive to be. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in honoring Ruth Jenkins.
Wow, I don't know that person. Thank you so much all for being here today. I'm honored and humbled to be chosen for this very special award. I'm joining a group of former distinguished women of excellence, and never did I expect to be among these honorees. Thank you, Kathy Scarborough, for nominating me. Thank you, Barbara Holman. Thank you, Wanda and Bill Lukens. Where are you? Thank you for your support. As part of this honor, Lisa Baker had told me that there would be a professional photo taken. Well, this was kind of startling to me because I had not had a professional picture taken in a very long time. So when I arrived at Mike Ullery's studio in Piqua, I jokingly said, "Could you please take away my wrinkles?" He said, "I don't have that kind of time." We ended up with a very nice photo, and when it showed up on Facebook, my daughter, Julia, showed it to our grandson, Michael, who is 12. He looked at it for a second and said, "Nice photoshopping, Nana." Nothing like a 12-year-old to bring you down to size. But that's okay. I've decided that with every wrinkle comes wisdom and reflection and gratitude. The wisdom we acquire often comes from lifelong learning experiences. It comes from entering every experience with an open mind. It comes from learning to fail and from respecting differences in others. Reflection brings memories and satisfaction. And in my case, that includes being a mother, having a wonderful and rewarding career in nursing, and being involved in community activities. Serving as a team with my husband, Pete, the mayor, was a different kind of challenge, but leaving me with wonderful memories and inspiring experiences. Finally, the gratitude I have for the life I'm lucky enough to lead is due to the love and influence of my husband, Pete, who is always by my side, inspiring me to be myself, never demanding, always supporting. My 3 children, David, Mary, and Julia, mean the world to me, and their families are very dear to my heart. I'm so grateful that Mary and Julia are here today with me. They came in from Dallas last night, and we stayed up till 3 o'clock. So probably 3 o'clock this afternoon will be crash time. But thank you for being here. My parents and my 3 brothers have inspired me to be independent, hardworking, and to be proud of my accomplishments. And my brother Jim and his wife Sandy are here from West Lafayette, and I'm really happy to have you here. I see the faces of friends, colleagues, neighbors, and acquaintances, all of whom have influenced my life in some meaningful way. My cup of gratitude overflows today. I would like to congratulate Ashley Ho, the young woman of tomorrow. And if I were to offer words of encouragement to young women today, it would be true to yourself and recognize your potential, your strengths and your weaknesses. I think women now have every opportunity to do that. It's hard to balance family and career if you become a working mom. It is extremely hard. I still believe that instinctively women's hearts are with their children and their families. But balance can be achieved if you allow yourself to stay committed to your personal goals and passions. Do whatever it takes to do that and to make your little spot in the world a better place. Thank you.
I know we all send our congratulations and love to Ruth. Our young woman of tomorrow honoree is Ashley Ho of Piqua, a 2017 graduate of Piqua High School. She is currently a student at North Carolina State University, majoring in psychology. An outstanding academic student in high school, Ashley achieved a 4-point cumulative GPA, a 5.32 weighted GPA, and was selected for the National Honor Society 2 years and top 100 all 4 years. She was a salutatorian of her graduation class and the winner of the American Test. She was selected as a U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award Excellence winner, one of only 25 from across the country. This prestigious award looks at the whole student, academics, community involvement, and athletic participation among the criteria. Throughout high school, Ashley was very active in Key Club, a service organization sponsored by the local Kiwanis. She served as president her sophomore and junior years and was Division III Lieutenant Governor, representing 8 area high schools during her senior year. At the Ohio Key Club District Leadership Conference earlier this year, she received the State Distinguished Club Member Award and the Sandy Ninninger Distinguished Senior Award and was named Ohio Key Club Outstanding Board Member. Serving as president of Key Club, Ashley grew in confidence and blossomed into a beautiful, caring young lady, wrote Mark Wyan, who nominated her for Young Woman of Tomorrow. She leads by example. She helps lead others, but also steps aside to let others lead, a true example of a real leader. Mark Reedy, Ohio Key Club Zone Administrator, said, Ashley's team-building skills are wonderfully empowering. In working with her to plan the district leadership conference, he said she was an absolute pleasure to work with, mature beyond her years. I'm 100% confident that she will be of great benefit to employers or leaders wherever her future career and aspirations take her. While in high school, Ashley also was active in the Model United Nations program, Interact Club, which is a leadership group sponsored by the local Rotary, and Piqua Teen Leaders, a group of students selected to assist the Chamber of Commerce with service projects throughout the community. She participated in track and volleyball, earning numerous awards and serving as captain of the volleyball team. She was a member of the Student Athletic Club and was chosen for the Piqua Student Athlete Leadership Team her senior year. Outside of school, Ashley has been active in Big Brothers Big Sisters, spearheaded efforts for a local dog park, collected toys for tots, and baked Christmas cookies to distribute to the Piqua Police and Fire Departments, Miami County Sheriff's Department, and the State Highway Patrol. Ashley is the daughter of Elizabeth Klein and stepdad Brad Klein of Piqua. The youngest of 3 children, Ashley stepped up to help with cooking, laundry, and other tasks at home when her mother was seriously injured 2 years ago. I've never heard her complain about giving up time with friends to help her mom, said Mark Wine. Not many kids her age would be as generous with their time as Ashley was. Now, even with her heavy academic load, extracurricular activities, and responsibilities at home, Ashley somehow found time to work part-time jobs during high school to help with upcoming college expenses. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in honoring our young woman of tomorrow, Ashley Ho.
Hi everyone. Wow, that was like quite an introduction. I just want to say thank you all for coming out today and celebrating this incredible event with me. Being recognized as a Woman of Tomorrow is an honor, and I'm still as shocked today as the day that Miss Baker informed me I was the recipient. I realize that I was nominated for this award due to my involvement in our community, but I honestly think that the community that exists deserves all of the recognition. There was always an abundance of opportunities for me, and people along the way who supported me in every way they knew how. From my Key Club advisors, the Kiwanis Club, the YWCA, my coaches, my family, and a plethora of other people and organizations, it would be more shocking for me not to have been as involved and successful as I was. Now, as a freshman in college, in a completely different state and away from all of these exceptional people, I've only grown more grateful for the community that exists here. When I came to Piqua as a freshman in high school, I was going through a lot of hard times and wasn't too motivated to do anything more than blend in at school and go through my days. But that ship has long since sailed. It wasn't long before people like Mark Wyan and Gretchen Ruth showed me my love for my community service, or Coach Downs and Coach Bashner showed me my potential in track. These events completely transformed my life and showed me the kind of person I hope to be. Without this community, I wouldn't be the person I am today, or even have the same dreams. I also wanted to say a special thanks to the YWCA for establishing this award for women in Miami County and encouraging women to reach their full potential, when sometimes in our society, it feels like we can't. Thank you all again for coming out today and supporting this amazing event.
Congratulations, ladies. It is an honor to present our special speaker this afternoon. Justice Sharon Kennedy began her career in the justice system as a police officer in Hamilton, Ohio Police Department, working routine patrol, undercover operations, and crime prevention programs. Sharon later obtained her law degree from the University of Cincinnati and entered the legal field in private practice. In 1999, she was elected to the Butler County Common Pleas Court Domestic Relations Division, later serving as administrative judge for that division, during which time she improved the case management system, ensuring timely resolution for families and children. Sharon was first elected to the Supreme Court of Ohio in 2012 as the 9th female justice to serve that court. She can be found traveling around the state of Ohio, including Miami and Shelby counties, speaking to Rotary clubs on that club's 4-way test, veterans justice programs, the cycle of crime behavior, and much, much more. Please welcome back to Piqua, Justice Sharon Kennedy.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for that wonderful introduction and for keeping it short. But I also want to thank Lisa and Cheryl for the invitation to be with all of you today. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail, and your act, whatever it may be, would improve the condition of an individual or your community? Like past recipients, would you be an outstanding journalist committed to the hard news, facts, and maintaining the highest level of journalistic integrity? Would you be a teacher opening the door of the world to the students, to the possibilities for every next generation? Or would you volunteer, spending countless hours of precious time and energy working to benefit your community and enrich the lives of your neighbors? Or like the women you recognize today and honor, would you dedicate a lifetime of service through nursing and community involvement? Would you have the courage as a teenager and young adult to be a leader among your peers, taking on academic studies, athletics, ambitious service projects, unafraid to reach for your stars? It is action without or in spite of fear of failure that embodies women of excellence. When one examines the word of excellence, it has been defined as eminently good, first choice, the highest of quality, superiority, surpassing goodness or merit, the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. Today we honor two women whose life's work epitomize the very definition of that excellence. A historical view of the origin of the Women of Excellence Award is elusive. Mighty as I tried as I searched for the history, going back some 28 years, how it all began is somewhat unclear. But here in Piqua, 21 years ago, this organization began honoring women who have served their communities professionally, personally, faithfully, to enrich their community and the lives of everyone they touched. In preparing for this speech, I contemplated the purpose of this great tradition of honoring women for what seemingly is to me innate in the essence of women. Being a caretaker who looks out for the general condition of people and her community. But in reflecting upon it, there are three core reasons why it is essential that you recognize and continue to publicly recognize women for their work of excellence. The first reason is to acknowledge the influence that women have within our society and commensurate the centuries of effort and progress that they have made that influence possible. The second reason is to gain insight from their experiences about the condition and the needs of the people in our community, and to gather knowledge on how best to serve those people. And lastly, to inspire others so that they forge their own path of excellence and giving. Turning to the influence of women in our society, America is rich in its history of the stories of women who have continuously distinguished themselves in pursuit of excellence. One of the foremost qualities of these women repeatedly exhibit the care for people. The spirit of dedication of community service began with women like Deborah Sampson, who in 1781 was so passionate about the freedom and cause of liberty during the American Revolution that she disguised herself as a young man and took to the battlefield. In the Continental Army where she served, along with the peers, fighting for the freedom of liberty and the cause that we all stand here today and enjoy. She was later discovered 2 years into her term of service as a result of receiving a wound during battle. Like her, Lucretia Mott, who cared for fellow human beings, and the passion that drove her to become one of the leading abolitionists during the Civil War, volunteering her own house as part of the Underground Railroad. Following the end of the Civil War, she became one of the leading voices in the freedom of women's rights and the right of women to vote in this country. We honor these women also to give a platform from which they share their valuable insight and experience, because from that experience, we do learn the condition of our fellow man. Whether from the eyes of a high school senior, sharing in her community to improve that condition, or in serving as a nurse and caring not only for the people that she served, but also the community and the family that she did it within. We learn how best to help every person achieve their own right, talents, and future. In the words of Tennessee business owner, Chattanooga Lean In Women Groundbreakers, Tina Player, the impact of women from women leaders, past and present, brings strength and motivation to succeed. These stories should never be forgotten. Rather, their accomplishments and impact on history should be reinforced, and in my view, that is what you do today. To celebrate the long list of tradition of every woman who has come before that you have honored in the past 21 years. And lastly, we honor women of excellence in order to inspire leaders of the future so that they too see the path to rise and help another pull behind them. Few people are more inspiring than those who choose to live a life of achievement for the betterment of others. Little do we know the extent to which each one of you will inspire another to spread and perhaps finish and end a cause for the betterment of humanity. History abounds with stories of one act of goodness multiplying over time to accomplish the unimaginable, the unremarkable. Correction on that, the remarkable. You all know the name of Florence Nightingale, and most likely are familiar with her success in saving hundreds of soldiers' lives during the Crimean War. In the time of the Lady with the Lamp, it was her mission to give care and compassion to those in the hospital where she served. She valued the lives of everyone there and did not rest until at the end of her day, she was assured that everyone there was safe, secure, and had the best of medical care that she could provide in order to ensure that every soldier successfully recovered and survived. No one could have quantified the power of her mission and the vision of one, the goodness she had, or to have known the future of what her act of giving would have brought. No one would have foresaw that Nightingale's dedication would grow into something extraordinary, that her extensive writings on her experiences during that time would eventually lead to the complete reorganization of the British War Office Administration and the establishment of the Royal Commission for the Health of the Army. In addition to inspiring an international healthcare reform and drastically changing the perceptions of nursing as a vocation. Following her lead and her example, even the wealthy who previously looked down upon a career of nursing entered into and enrolled into the St. Thomas Hospital's Nightingale Training School for Nurses. Just as Florence Nightingale's selfless example of care and compassion has inspired millions to follow in her footsteps, both of your honorees today will do the same. Beginning with all of you in this room who will encourage and make a difference and spread the news about the giving of their individual lives and those of the honorees who have come before them will help this community grow strong and advance the cause of all people. It is by following each other's journeys, learning from each other's accomplishments, and inspiring each other to do good more works, to make a difference, to fulfill our call to service, that we will have lifelong impact in our communities and truly all become women of excellence. You will never know how you change the world by an act of giving. Whether that's for the person who you actually physically touched, for the community that you have served, or whether through someone just being inspired by your efforts begins their own mission of extending the possibility that all of us can imagine. We motivate each other and our community to give back, and that is always the start of a worthy cause. Helen Keller once said, "When we do the best we can do, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life and in the life of another." Congratulations to both the honorees. Thank you for being shining examples of women of great excellence. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Justice Kennedy, for your message and for being with us here today. At this time, I would like to recognize our past recipients of the YWCA Women of Excellence Award. I would ask those in attendance to please stand as your name is called and just remain standing. Cheryl Beaker, Kay Wagner, Sister Jenny Shear, Pat Robinson, Ann Baird, Linda Versailles, Jean Heath, Cheryl Foxbender, Jill Wilson, Jane Rudy, Jenny Beamish, Linda Daniel, Terry Naas, Susie Wise, Becky Rice, and Nancy Bowman. Thank you, ladies.
Many have asked about our past young women of tomorrow. Where are they now? We have caught up with the first 3 honorees to bring you up to date. Not surprisingly, Letitia is in education, Abby is a structural engineer, and Heidi, PhD, is a professor in theater. More incredible details are in the program book about these now young women, or young adults, are included in the program book, so do take a minute to try to read that information. The Women of Excellence program is successful because of the hard work and the tremendous support of many individuals. I encourage you to read the names of our supporters and contributors listed in the program. I extend sincere thank you to all of our benefactors. We appreciate each gift of service that you have provided. At this time, we would like to recognize our patrons. These patrons are responsible for the greatest direct financial support of this year's Women of Excellence program. We thank Cheryl and Jack Neuenschwander, Wanda and Bill Lukens, and the Harmony Systems and Services Company. We acknowledge these patrons and those that they represent. Thank you very much. Many have supported the YWCA Women of Excellence program, many since the beginning, 21 years ago. This support allows us to continue to encourage and recognize the excellent women in Miami County. We are also grateful to Mike Underwood Photography Studios for providing the beautiful portraits of our honorees. We thank all of you for your generosity. I would like to thank the members of our various committees of the Women of Excellence program, and their continuous dedication ensures our success. Please note their names in the program booklet also. And finally, on behalf of the YWCA, I would like to thank all of you for attending this event. Your support allows us to continue our purpose, striving to create opportunities for women's growth and leadership. Please notice the seasoning packets at your table. Each packet is made up of a variety of herbs and spices. It has been said, the gifts of nature are infinite in their variety. Please take time to embrace the variety in your life at all levels. And thank you again for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next year as we honor the excellent women in Miami County. Thank you.